It's every year since the very beginning, back in 1963. They beat Austria 4-0 in the qualifiers in April to book their spot here in Seville. And an extra special little twist on the US story here at this year's Billie Jean King Cup Finals. The final year for Kathy Rinaldi in the captain's chair. And you get the impression that the US side have some extra motivation. There she is, Kathy Rinaldi, 6 years as the US Billie Jean King Cup captain. And that all comes to an end with Lindsay Davenport taking over after this year's finals. Hugely emotional in her press conferences, Lucy, talking about what it's meant to her to lead her country and to be the captain, and to reflect on the fact that this is the last time.
Yeah, absolutely. Still going to be involved, still works for the USTA, but she's known all these players since they were very small and has taken them through the different team events. So, I mean, she's been ever present.
And here come the defending champions. Switzerland won for the first time in their history in Glasgow last year. They've played in 57 of the 60 years of the Billie Jean King Cup, beating Australia in that final in Glasgow last year. And led out by Heinz Gunthardt, their captain. Wimbledon and US Open quarter-finalist in his glittering career. And there they are lining up for their introductions. There is Belinda Bencic. Will she or will she not feature? Announcing that she's expecting her first child on Friday. Didn't play a couple of days ago in their opening loss to Czechia, but could still step out on court. Kathy Rinaldi really relishing every moment of the US national anthem. And that is the ceremony over. The players will now go and prepare to do battle. Switzerland fighting to stay in this year's Billie Jean King Cup Finals. good contingent of travelling Swiss fans. We saw the Star-Spangled Banner up in the stands as well. There's some, there we go, some American support. And Heinz Gundhardt just running through final preparations. What will he be saying, do you think, Lucy, in that huddle?
Well, I think obviously key is to be positive, just a few reminders. And I mean, they've certainly been a team that are tight-knit, and they've worked their way up, and incredible scenes, as you mentioned earlier, Kat, last year. And of course they got the jacket as well, first time the players are awarded with the jacket that you get, as well as the trophy.
I'd forgotten about the jacket. Billie Jean King herself had designed it,
yes,
she?
That's right.
Bright blue.
Similar to what the colours that she wore when she played.
And there we saw the US team as well in their huddle. Big smiles on the face of all the players. Danielle Collins in there, and Kathy Rinaldi going down the line. And do you think it is playing slightly into the American psyche that they want to do this one last time for Kathy Rinaldi?
Absolutely. I mean, she's known them since they were very young, when they first started out. She's been heavily involved in USDA tennis, and they'll be wanting to push even harder just to try and be able to win here for Kathy and her last time as captain. As I said, she's still going to be involved with the USDA, still in her role there as she has been for many years. Former player, very good player as well, a lot of experience, but she's got such a good rapport and relationship with all the players.
And this is a surprise to you, Lucy, that they won the title, the Billie Jean King Cup, in her first year in charge in 2017, but in the 6 years since, they haven't had any success.
I know, it's tough, isn't it? You strength and depth, and
yeah, it was Sloane Stephens in the pre-tournament press conferences saying with the USA they've got an A team, a B team, a C team, a D team, but they can still go out and beat everybody on the right day. And you know, Kathy Rinaldi saying, look, it's not fair to call these guys a B team. They've got Grand Slam titles amongst them, Grand Slam finalists in there. Taylor Townsend's an incredible doubles player. She's won Grand Slams and doubles. You know, Peyton Stearns is the debutant, and she's in amongst this glittering company. So, you know, no Coco Gauff, no Jessica Pegula, no Madison Keys, who pulled out pretty late as well. But I tell you what, they are a really formidable lineup, aren't they?
Yeah, the strength and depth. And Danielle Collins, who will be again wanting to get their team off to a good start. Does make a difference if you can win that first match.
And she'll face Celine Naef, the 18-year-old, and that unbeaten record against Switzerland, the 29-year-old. The Australian Open runner-up, you'll remember, back in 2022. She's fallen outside the world's top 50 this season. As I say, she's been managing her schedule. She hasn't been playing quite as much tennis. New coach in her corner, though, Jared Jacobs this year. An old friend of hers from out on tour, and now they've teamed up, and she seems much happier, just much more balanced. Very tenacious competitor.
Yeah, she is a real competitor. Last tournament she played did have to pull out. Having lost
to the lower back,
yeah,
I think it was, wasn't it, in Guadalajara.
Hopefully no issues today.
And Celine Naef will be her opponent today. 18 years old, the world number 137. She's won 3 ITF titles this season, so on the lower level, but risen more than 250 places in the rankings, and made her Wimbledon debut this year. That was her first appearance in a Grand Slam main draw, came through the qualifiers there, and an enormous moment for her in the Netherlands, playing her hero Venus Williams and beating her in round 1 on the grass over there. Former junior world number 4, and coached by Martina Hingis's mother as well, who's just had such an influence, hasn't she, on Swiss tennis over the years? Well,
she has, yeah, when she was younger, and you'll notice the similarities with the technique with Martina, and of course Belinda Bencic as well, who took that route. as we just see long-time coach Heinz Guntard, former player himself and captain, and done a brilliant job bringing the girls together, as has Kathy Rinaldi, who I'm sure we will see in tears again at some point. It's an emotional week for her.
Yep, a Wimbledon semi-finalist back in 1985.